Why Trapjaw is the coolest Masters of the Universe character and my favorite. There are a ton of great Masters characters, but something about finding Trapjaw as a kid. I remember he was not supposed to be out since his wave had not come out in stores. Only Wave 1 was in store at the time, this being early 80s, and I walked in a child world and seen Triclops and Trapjaw sitting there was so cool it blew me away as a kid. Trapjaw was like finding gold. So let's dive into Trapjaw and learn about this classic Masters of the Universe Evil Forces and Evil Arms Master. Trapjaw is a weapons expert and cyborg with a metal jaw, which can bite through anything. In the mini-comic originally packaged with Trapjaw, the Menace of Trapjaw, he is a villain from another dimension that Skeletor invades in an attempt to enter Castle Grayskull. While Skeletor attempts to weaken the castle's defenses, Trapjaw, who is being pursued by authorities, slams into Skeletor and knocks him back through the dimensional portal to Eternia. Back on Eternia, Trapjaw emerges from the castle connected to its power by a magical cord. Both He-Man and Skeletor attempt to defeat Trapjaw, but eventually realize that they must join their halves of the power sword to be strong enough to sever the magical cord connecting Trapjaw to the castle. The comic ends with Skeletor carrying the unconscious Trapjaw back to Snake Mountain, where he will become one of his minions. Trapjaw's origin is very different in the 2002 franchise. Originally a minion of Kelder's named Cronies, he became dissatisfied with his lord's new regime when Kelder had been disfigured, then remade after their failed usurpation of the Council of Elders by his evil horde. Falling out of favor, because of this the Warmonger was then cast out into the wastes of their domain, but would vow revenge on his ex-liege. Doing so by gathering all the brigand factions situated within the Dark Hemisphere to lead a raid upon Snake Mountain. An assault which ended in disaster as Kelder, now going by the moniker of Skeletor, had become more powerful than ever, easily decimating Cronies' army. The fatal bout with his former lord left Cronies hideously disfigured. Nevertheless, Skeletor pressed him into his service as a subject of ridicule. Skeletor had Cronies' body rebuilt into a cybernetic augment by replacing his damaged humanoid right arm and lower jaw with mechanical parts. Now going by the name Trapjaw, the evil warrior would patiently serve for another chance at taking out his hated master. Later, the cartoon demonstrates that the more metal he eats, the stronger he becomes. And one episode focuses on a quest to eat the strongest chemical element in Eternia called Eternium, which was forged and guarded by a group of subterranean dwellers called the Colodics. He is defeated by getting tricked into eating a special alloy named Deternum that weakens him. Both cartoon series depict Trapjaw as bold but coarse. In the 1980s cartoon, his helmet, mantrap mouth, robotic arm, and legs are cerise, but his robotic arm and legs were black on the original figure. The figure's helmet and mantrap mouth are recolored purplish-red. Whereas he had loads of arm attachments in the cartoon, again, most were colored cerise in the cartoon. The figure only came with 3 claw, gun, and hook. These were also black. His belt did not have the skull and crossbones, Jolly Roger, in the cartoon. This was only on the figure's belt. The figure had yellow eyes, whereas he had normal eyes in the cartoon. Trapjaw was voiced by Lou Schemer in the 1980 series, Paul Dobson in the 2002 series, Diedrich Bader in Masters of the Universe, Revelation, and Roger Craig Smith in the 2021 series. Trapjaw will appear in the upcoming live-action He-Man movie. Note: Trapjaw was voted number 8 in the 14 least masterful Masters of the Universe by IO9. Trapjaw was one of Skeletor's primary henchmen, helping to lead an assault on Castle Grayskull, which resulted in the deaths of both He-Man and Skeletor. After Skeletor's supposed death, Trapjaw and Triclops took control of Snake Mountain and the other evil warriors, and came under the influence of the mysterious Motherboard, who transformed Skeletor's old warriors into a techno-cult, of which Trapjaw was a leading member. Cronies was once the man-at-arms of Eternos, before he joined Prince Kelder's coup against his brother, Randor. When Kelder was presumed killed, Cronies fled and went into business with his other co-conspirator, Evil Lyn. Cronies took on an apprentice, Duncan. Years later, Cronies was reunited with Kelder, who enlisted his and Evelyn's aid to seize the power of Castle Grayskull. Instead, Kelder was transformed into Skeletor through the magic of Havoc, and Duncan turned against Cronies, breaking his jaw. Skeletor later shared the power of Havoc with Cronies, allowing him to transform into the Dark Master of Weaponry, Trapjaw. Trapjaw has various weapons at his disposal. He is able to attach these to his mechanical arm. His hook is the weapon used most by Filmation, Lasertron. This weapon appears as a gun and is used in various ways: a freeze ray, a shrink ray, or just a regular laser gun. Energy Bow. This is a one-off alternate to the Lasertron, which fires a laser out of the center of the bow. Sword Blade. This weapon only appears at the end of one episode and is never seen being used against He-Man or any of the Masters of the Universe. Pile Driver. Acts as a mechanical battering ram. Dropper. This attachment is more a tool than a weapon, and is used in the same manner as a winch to lower Mere Man over the edge of a cliff. Grabber telescopes and possesses claws, which enable Trapjaw to grab things from far away. Fly Swat. This device is never shown being used and only appeared for a short time during one episode. Claw. One of the 3 items that came with the original action figure. It is only seen once and very briefly in one episode of the Filmation cartoon. It gets more use in the cartoon, which gave more emphasis to the 3 original weapons. Miniature Laser. This is shown as being the hook attachment, but with the hook missing. Flamethrower. This weapon is used in the Cave of Winds. Fire Extinguisher. This is used in conjunction with the flamethrower in case the fire got out of hand. Elongated Laser. This is another variation on Trapjaw's laser guns. Freeze Ray. This attachment is actually a freeze ray. It appears as a big cannon on Trapjaw's arm. Shown during She-Ra episode Assault on the Hive. Rocket. The rocket appears as the same attachment as the freeze ray, but is used to enable Trapjaw to fly. Shown during She-Ra episode Assault on the Hive. Welder. The first non-toy weapon used by Trapjaw in the MYP series. He uses it to repair his own damaged leg in the episode Trust. Grapple. Also in Trust, Trapjaw uses a grapple to reach a hole in the ceiling of the Kolatax cavern and escape. According to the line's creator Roger Sweet, he was inspired by the character Jaws from the film Moonraker, although many also speculate his design stems from the character of Iron Jaw from Mattel's earlier toy line Big Jim, to whom Trapjaw bears more than a passing resemblance. In the series guide from Mattel, Trapjaw was a criminal who became stranded on Eternia after escaping the biggest jail in the universe, and fell under the command of Skeletor. Trapjaw's appearance in the early mini-comics differed considerably to his final design, instead sporting light green skin instead of blue and furry boots instead of mechanical legs. Trapjaw is one of the few characters who was not designed by Filmation to appear symmetrical, allowing the animation cells to be flipped over when needed, saving animation costs. Given this, it is maybe surprising that he appears as often as he does. However, very occasionally his mechanical arm can be seen on the wrong side of his body. There's something about his whole science fiction, wasteland, barbarian, cyborg horror movie aesthetic that punches all the right buttons for me. Trapjaw, like Man-E-Faces and Triclops, benefits from the triple gimmick theme in that he is not just one artificial arm, but 3. Being able to switch out from a hook to a claw to a laser pistol increases the already high play value of such a character into entirely new levels. Trapjaw is legendary cool in the action figure lore and remains a fan favorite for me and many. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos so we can see you in the next. Take care, my Eternian friends.